Hello, my name is Swiss Bianco. In this video I will talk about the Palmetto State Armory dagger slide assembly. I got me another one. This one is a bit different than the other one that I already made a video about it. We see this one has the regular sights that Palmetto State Armory sells for the Glock system. We're going to look at the detail in a minute, and then we have a different optical cover plate. This one doesn't have the milling, so it's completely flat. This would be a nice option if you engrave it. The other one had some milled parts in it, so you couldn't actually engrave it. This one has it. The rest is pretty much the same. We have again a P80 frame. I did not want to go with the dagger system frame. That is easier for me. We also have a $40 on sale, unknown manufacturer, unmarked 9mm barrel, just a regular Glock 19 style. That is a test, and they said it's a match barrel. So far it was all good. It needed a bit polishing at the start to get going, but after that it works really well. If we look at the play in it, we pretty much have no play in it. I just made a video about the play where we about the Masada, where we did look at that, but this one has just a play how that should be. And again, the barrel is only $40 on sale, and a different manufacturer than the PSA dagger slide. So really nice so far. The muzzle part, the mainspring was of course stainless steel, and that got painted black, so that looks a bit more uniform. Now back to the sights. Those sights are great. It's all metal sights. They would work from the length in a Gen 5 MOS as well, but then you are completely flat at the back part of the slide. So if you like the look like it is here, that it is pretty much flush, that would be good. By Gen 1 to 4 without MOS, you would have the sight a bit sitting more in front. So really nice. We have serrations, so there is no glare. We have 2 white dots, and those dots are drilled relatively deep, and it would be possible to fill it with a different paint or glow in the dark powder clear epoxy mix really easy. So you have night sights. The front sight is also metal. The orange I put in, that has just a white dot like the rear sight, but with a bit of bigger dot, so you easily see that the front one, the bigger one, is the front sight compared to the smaller rear sight. That's just like orange, so that's why I put it in. Then we have a bit of unique design, because they don't use a tritium. They could do the front sight, the steel front sight, exactly like Glock does the polymer front sights, with a screw that goes all the way through. So that gives it more strength, because the screw goes all the way through the metal. The front sights were always a bit of a problem in the Glock design. If something did fail, that was mainly the front sight that gets knocked off. The polymer version I'm talking about, back then, as I started with Glock, as I was stuck in Switzerland, the front sight actually had not even a screw. They had a plastic front sight that was just pressed through the hole in the slide, and from the inside then with a heat source a bit smoldered, pushed like a rivet, and if you took it off you could never put it back in, because then the plastic did shear off or rip off. So that is of course long time gone. They now have a polymer side with a screw like this, but it's still polymer, so it's still a weak spot. And if you look to upgrade the Glock, the sight is one of the first points what you can do. And what I'm talking about is that the sight set, the steel sight set as we have it here on that dagger variation, is around $20 by Palmetto, and that is absolute great deal for what it is. So if you have a Glock with polymer sight, you could upgrade it in that fashion for little money. The rest is pretty much the same. We have the same cutouts and like the other slide, so really well so far. No malfunctions either. One thing that I noticed is that the loaded chamber indicator here is with that extractor that Palmetto delivers too short. So of course now it's unloaded, it doesn't stick out, but if you chamber around, the item doesn't stick near as much out like by a regular Glock or by a Swenson aftermarket slide with a Glock extractor. So some people say the extractor from Palmetto is a bit too shallow here, that if you change it to a regular Glock extractor, that then sticks out like it should. I did not test that out yet, because Glock parts are currently, because of the Chinese plague, still a bit in a short supply. But that's the only thing what I have to say. If you check if the chamber is loaded or not, be careful that part doesn't stick out as it would by a Glock. All in all, if you don't have a Palmetto dagger, be it just the slide assembly or the complete pistol, I highly suggest getting one for the price point where they start, that you cannot get wrong. That is an absolute great deal. For Palmetto, I hope that you make one day a Glock 17 style version, that many people want of course the 17 style too, and from there it's then a short step to make a Glock 19X or Glock 45 style as well, so that we have a bit of family of the dagger variation. I'm sure they're working on that, and that would be for sure great to have a bit different variation of that great economical pistol. So that much about the latest slide assembly from Palmetto.